Welcome back, y'all. Here again with another review. Just finished watching Tyler Perry's Divorce in the Black on Amazon Prime. So now listen, I didn't write any notes. I'm going straight off the dome and just shooting y'all my thoughts on the movie. So we all know, for those of us that are Tyler Perry fans, Tyler Perry definitely comes with the theatrics, and I knew this movie was going to be a trip from the first scene. It's opening up with a funeral, and okay, so as the funeral's going on, I'm getting upset with the minister, and because at this point I don't know who's who all the way, the minister and his wife, because he's pretty much bad mouthing the person that's dead in the casket. So I'm like, wow. So I'm looking at them like they're the villains at first, and then when Mama Bear said, you know what, we don't need your money, you to you to you, and said, get him up out of here, I'm thinking just like probably everybody else that was watching the movie, she meant take the casket out of here, we're going to go to another funeral home. No, she meant take the body out of the casket. See, as soon as I saw that, I said, oh, this is going to be one right here. We also know that being Tyler Perry fans, and this is something that I've noticed, and a few other people have noticed, that when it comes to movies, he tends to make the scenes really, really long to the point where it's like, okay, we get it, move on. He didn't do that in this movie. It lingered maybe a little bit, but not as much as usual. I really feel like this was definitely, he's getting much better, much better. Sometimes it takes a lot of practice, but this was good. Anyway, so Divorce in Black, in a nutshell, this abusive husband of hers, he's the one that files for divorce, says he wants divorce and everything, and she's crying and stuff. And this is what kills me. When she was like, got some sense, it was like, okay, you know what, go ahead, have the divorce. I don't want half of nothing. I don't want no alimony, no nothing, blah, blah, blah. Bye. Then he lost his mind and went crazy. Now, it's funny because we all know people like that. Like, they don't want you until you don't want them. He sat there and lost his mind after she divorced him. I mean, after she signed the papers that he wanted a divorce, right? And it's like, he didn't show any kind of happiness towards her before the divorce. I feel like it was granted, that, well, I might as well move on easily. You don't want me, right? So this takes place in between Atlanta and I guess some small country town outside of Atlanta. And I just want to say the photography, the filmography, I hope that's the cinematography, maybe that's what I'm trying to say, of her and her, I guess, childhood friend slash sweetheart before she got married. They were on the back of the truck, and it had the beautiful trees. These trees, I forgot the name of them, but they're very common in Memphis as well. Like, they have the hanging leaves that fall down, and I thought that was just a beautiful scene. I really loved it. It reminded me of, like, both of my parents grew up in very small town country areas. My mother from Arkansas, my father from Alabama. So it just took me back to that, visiting my grandparents in this small country town. Like, I really loved that. The way it was shot was great. I don't know if it was 4K, 5K, but the cinematography for the whole movie was beautiful. Okay. And I want to give a shout out to the actress, the one who played Megan Good, her character, Megan Good's character, and this was Ava, her friend, the one who played her friend. Her acting was good. Because we know in Tyler Perry movies, a lot of times he gets new actors who aren't really seasoned, and we can kind of tell. But she did a great job as the best friend, standing up for her friend. One of the things I didn't like is I wish we had more background on him and his family. Because all we get from the movie is that it's him, and he has like 4 or 5 brothers. His mom, he mentioned while he was drunk that he killed his dad, and then we find out later on that he killed him because he was abusing the mom. But I feel like we needed a little bit more backstory. We got hers a lot. We got the backstory between her and Benji, her her childhood friend that she ended up seeing after the divorce. But I feel like we really could have got like some dark, good dark secrets. Some what's the word? The thing that I like in movies, where it's like a surprise. Dang, I hate when I'm recording and I can't remember. Anyway, I wish we could have got. I'm just gonna say surprises. You probably know what I mean. I wish we could have got more of that in the movie. We kind of just glazed over his background and his mom's background, because in the beginning, when they were talking, when she took off her clothes in the funeral and was like, I don't need your hand-me-downs, I don't need your money, her daughter-in-law Ava's family was the one paying for the funeral. So it's like, okay, there's something going on between these two families. I wanted a little bit more history about that, because with him being that angry and mentioning how he killed his father when he was drunk, I wanted to hear some more of that. Now the movie is 2 hours long. Maybe it would have made it too long, but maybe a few more dialogue, a little bit more dialogue of his background, I would have liked. Definitely. I like to say Megan Good looks super good in this movie. She always does. She always has been very like attractive. She was out there running. I said, she made me want to do a little jog, a little sprint around the block. I ain't gonna last too long, but it'd be nice to just get started. So, the ending, I would say, is predictable, because you kind of know how the stalker fatal attraction type stuff is going to end, but it wasn't so predictable into the point where I was upset that, like, I kind of knew she would end up killing him, but I guess the one thing that didn't make it too predictable was that she instigated a fight on purpose, because she knew he would hit her, and that would be her proof, like, hey, he's hit me. He did break into her house, so it's not like she set him up, but he broke into her house. He decided to put his hands on her just because she was talking SHIT, and then she warned him, hey, don't do it, get away from me, and she ended up shooting him. So it kind of reminded me of that movie with Shania Lathan and that dude with the light eyes, Ricky from Barbershop. It kind of reminded me in that scene when, the guy was like, put some bean bags in, and, if you shoot these bean bags, that's proof that you gave warning shots. I did like to, I am glad that I saw her character grow from being just this super pushover, just laying down with the abuse, grow to defend herself. Now, I absolutely love her parents. Like I said in the beginning, I was kind of like, these people are harsh. They're at a funeral talking bad about this guy, but I love them. The lady who played her mom, she was in Eve's Bayou. She was the one, I think the little girl's aunt. Like, every man she was with ended up dying or something, or getting killed. She's phenomenal. I love her acting, but I loved her and Ava's father in this. Ava's father was the minister. He also was, I think, like a farmer. Like I said, they were kind of like in the deep country. And there was a scene that I love where he was telling Ava, I gave you an example of how a man should treat a woman. So he said, I'm just surprised that you're dealing with this, because, I gave you this example of what love is, how you treat somebody. And that's so true, because, and I say this all the time, because there's a talk about single moms. When you're raised up by single moms, you're not as good or whatever, blah, blah, blah. But it's not just about that. It's about growing up in a nurturing, loving household. And he has a point when he was talking about being, because you could have a man in a household and he could be totally terrible. Like if Ava and her husband had a baby, the baby would have had to witness all that abuse. So it's not just about having a man in the household. It's about having one in the household that is loving, nurturing. And I know somebody's probably watching this saying, well, it's all about the woman too. Well, I'm talking about the man in this instance because that's where we're at in the movie. You know, if she had an abusive mom or something, or if the mom was like, you know, you get where I'm going with this. This is the internet, and you have to really break stuff down because people will find a way to take what you said and twist it up. So anyway, like I said, I love that part. I'm glad that that was in there, and it's just is so true. Okay, and you know, I think his real name is Corey Hardit, the one who played Ava's husband in this movie. He does real good with, because he looks like he's like that in real life. He looks like he's like sad or something or mad. So he played a pretty good role in this. Great casting. Like I said, the only thing I didn't like about it was I needed more backstory on his family and his brothers and his mom. Like, where is this confrontation coming from? It sounds like they had decades long of it and everything like that. So shout out to Tyler Perry. I like this one. I think the last review I did on his was the one that was on Netflix with Kelly Rowland. And that was cool, but I definitely like this one. This is one that I could probably watch multiple times. You know what I'm saying? There's one scene, though, I forgot to mention this. It was funny because it reminded me of, you know, and What's Love Got to Do with It, like the very end when she had been left Ike and she was about to go on stage and he came back there. He put the gun like on her, you know, little mirror stand and, you know, basically trying to threaten her in an indirect way. So when he took the gun and put it close to Ava and pointed at her, that's what it put me in the mindset of. And it's funny because I wonder if Tyler did that on purpose. I wonder, because sometimes Tyler puts Easter eggs in movies. And if you're really into black cinema, you can spot some things. So I wonder if I'm the only one that was like, did he get that from Ike and Tina from What's Love Got to Do with It? Because that's where my mind went when I saw it. But anyways, y'all, it was a really good film. Like I said, if you want to watch this on Amazon Prime, hopefully you already seen it because I've spoiled a whole lot for you. But anyway, shout out to my 64 subscribers. Shout out to you as well that are not subscribed, but you know you can by just pressing that button. Please like and share. Peace and blessing as always. Until next time.